You feel it in your gut. You're not the person you were supposed to be. Your health's off. Your discipline's gone. Your family's getting what's left, not the best of you. That was me. Until I started waking up early, moving with purpose, and rebuilding brick by brick. That's what this is. 5 a.m. Squat Club. Show up, change your life. Let's go. Good morning. Welcome to day 60 of the 5 a.m. Squat Club. And I've been off for over 4 years, down, away from my goals. This morning routine from my 25 years of coaching experience is turning my life around. If you're off track, join us every morning. Let's make progress. You'll be amazed at how much progress you can make in 30 days, 60 days. Let's do it together. So this morning, we've got a special session. It is day 60, and I'm probably going to do something a little bit special every 10 days or every little marker. And I'm thinking today we're probably going to go for some burpees, super functional movement, 60 reps. We'll see what that looks like. I may wear the vest. Before that, let's go through our whole format for today. We're going to sit down and prime our mind in our paleo chair, do some affirmations, make sure that we're focused, and then we're going to warm up the body here, get ready for our intensity. Then we'll prime the mind. We're going to talk about all the benefits of doing this program and why you should potentially consider it. And then you've got your hour of most important work to make progress towards your goals. So first thing, come on down in your, we call it paleo squat, paleo chair. Grab a counterbalance if you want. If you feel like you're falling backwards or your knees are coming in, drive them out. Grab a weight, hold on. I like to come down here and close my eyes, and we'll talk about the first benefit here. We go over these affirmations. We're saying words to ourselves that create the internal dialogue that we want for our lives, right? I used to talk to myself pretty negatively in my head. And the more times I say these affirmations, like I am responsible, I choose gratitude, the more that becomes my default speech inside, and the less I'm being negative myself, and the more life gets happier, you could say. So if you're not already doing this, join us. Let's get it. I am responsible. Today I choose to be happy. I will make decisions from a place of support rather than selfishness. Something wonderful is about to happen. I have all I need to succeed today. I choose gratitude. I'm going to go through one more time. Even if you think they're cheesy, even if you think they don't make sense, give it a go. Repeat them over in your head and picture the result, picture the benefit. I am responsible. Today I choose to be happy. I will make decisions from a place of support rather than selfishness. Something wonderful is about to happen. I have all I need to succeed today. I will focus on progress, not perfection. Choose gratitude. Excellent. All right, great start. Hopefully we're starting to get into that mindset we want for the day. But now we're going to get the body prepped, warmed up. Warm up is going up on the screen there. Going to get some knee raises for the hip flexors. They are feeling really tight. I'm going to get some good mornings for the posterior chain. Lunges. Wow. Burpees. And then just some squats. Obviously, this is all scalable. Bring the knee up less. Support yourself on the good morning. On the lunge, same idea. Support yourself. Use something to bring it back up. The burpee, get on a higher surface. And then the squat, sit to a chair and stand. So while we're warming, getting the body prepped for our intensity today, I want to talk about the benefits that you could probably assume from doing a morning routine like this. Perfect. So the first most obvious thing that you would assume is fitness. And I am seeing my fitness capacity increase, my cardio, my endurance, my strength is being maintained, but generally I would lift a little heavier at the gym. And so this is not necessarily pushing that, but realistically improving my fitness overall substantially. Two is I'm creating healthy habits. And I wouldn't have necessarily thought of all of these at the beginning. I would have thought about, creating a consistent wake up time, which is good. The more consistent you are with that, the easier it is to do. But what I'm seeing is that I'm also, as a result, creating a consistent bedtime. I'm creating better daily habits by drinking more water and eating less junk food because I don't want to ruin the wins I've already had for the day by getting up early. I am just the act of getting early, as I'm saying, is a mental primer, because when I do not press that snooze button, or when I get up and I make my bed first thing, or I come down here and I drink water and I don't scroll, those are all wins. I'm coming into the day more confident with my ability to stick with the things that I think are important, and in turn, be the person that I want to be. There's this concept called cognitive dissonance, where the thoughts that you have are different than the actions that you have. There's this feeling of, I'm not living the way I feel like I should. And that's the essence of this is, I think, or I feel like I should be someone who is successful and makes progress. And then if I'm not doing that, I've got this feeling of cognitive dissonance, that I'm not living the way that I'm preaching, or not living the way that I think I should. So there's a detriment of not doing something like this. But other benefits are just, I'm creating discipline. Our lives are so easily distracted and pulled in any direction. That's not what I'm supposed to be doing. I need to focus here. So when you start systematizing your life, creating your habits intentionally, as I say this a lot, you're going to have habits either way, right? Habits will be formed. And they're either going to be through intentional decision and intentional action towards creating those habits, or they're just going to happen, right? Like the habit of waking up late. It just happens on its own. The more times you do it, the more that's who you become, and you do it more and more. So you've got the option of choosing your habits and intentionally creating what happens with your life, because we are our habits, and what we do consistently is who we are. Or you can go along and allow life to choose your habits for you, and you'll end up somewhere. Is it going to be directly in line with your goals? Probably not, because you didn't choose that path and you didn't create it. So by systematizing my morning, I'm becoming confident in my ability to be successful. I'm making healthier decisions, and as a result, becoming healthier. And what I sort of talked about there in the affirmation section is that positive speech to myself, those affirmations that really just remind me that this is my life and I have to take care of it. That's changing my brain. I mentioned there that I had a tendency, and still do, towards negative thinking and beating myself up and ruminating. But the more I practice these affirmations and just this routine in general, because I'm thinking positive about it, I am making progress. My mental health is getting better. I'm happier. I'm more supportive, a little less reactive, which is really the key for me. So we're getting better. Benefits are huge. Stick around after the workout, because we're going to talk about the benefit that doesn't come with all morning routines, but specifically with this one. And it's maybe the biggest one. So time to get moving here. 454, day 60 of the 5 a.m. Squat Club. Welcome if you're just joining in now. I'm Adam. We're changing our lives together. This morning, we're going to do a little special one. Since it's day 60, we're going to do 60 reps. Day 50, we did 50 unbroken squats. Today, we're going to do some burpees. Because if you can't get up off the floor, you're fucked. So what I'm looking at is hands down on the ground. Get yourself to the floor. Get yourself back up. It can look however you please. I like to jump and celebrate the fact that I'm able to do as well. It can look however you want. If you don't have the ability to get down all the way to the floor and all the way up, this is not a good example, but imagine I had a bench or a bed or a couch. Lay down on the couch and get back up. And then over time, lower your floor, right? Get closer and closer to doing it from the floor so that you build that capacity. I personally don't mind burpees as much as some others do. So I may be making the bad decision here of putting on this vest. Hopefully, I can still get done 60 in under 10 minutes and this doesn't get away from us, but that's what we're going to do. I'm hoping I can keep at least 6 a minute for we're all 60 here. So right now, what you can be doing is setting up your space, trying out some burpees, make sure that you're not going to bang into anything while you're doing them. You can subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. What you can do is leave a comment. Let's start getting the community rolling here. Post down below maybe how long it took you to do the burpees, how much you love burpees, or why you're doing this routine and what you're trying to get back from, what you're trying to change, who you're trying to become. That will fire me up. That will get the rest of the community going. So comment down below. Let's work together towards this goal. Yeah, what I love about this thing is you can't breathe. I may take the mic off and just put it on here. We'll see what that looks like. I'm going to step that forward. All right. No more dilly-dallying. Let's start this up. 457. Get another sip of water. I might be procrastinating here a little bit because I'm nervous. Let's do it. Okay. 60 burpees. Yours will be either faster or slower. So if you need more time at the end, pause the video. If you finish early, watch me suffer. Do this. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. That's 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. Eat my hair. 19. 20. 21. 22. 23. 24. 25. 26. 27. 28. 29. 30. 31. 32. 33. 34. 35. 36. 37. 38. 39. 40. 41. 42. 43. 44. 45. 46. 47. 48. 49. 50. 51. 52. 53. 54. 55. 56. 7. 8. 9. 60. Good job. Amazing work. If you're still going, keep going. And then come back. Join us for cool down moments of clarity. If you finished a while ago, amazing job. Maybe next time, make it a little heavier, go more, or go heavier. Okay, so let's hop into a stretch here. I'm gonna get into a quad hip flexor. I'm gonna put my foot up on that dumbbell, step in front, and squeeze my butt. We talked about before the workout, all of the kind of obvious, not all obvious, but all of the kind of physical, mental benefits of doing a routine like this. But this is more than waking up early and priming. It's also the thing you're priming for. Meaning, the biggest part of this, well, maybe 50-50, the equally as important part of this routine after your exercise is your most important work, right? I've got goals to get to. I've got places that I want to be in life. And if I don't dedicate time, if I don't carve it out of my schedule, it's never going to happen. I've got a very busy life. We've got a lot going on here on this new farm with the business, with the gym, with the kids. And if I get up at the same time as them, I get nowhere. I don't get nowhere. I still spend time with them and I still do the everyday things, but I make no progress towards my goals. So this intentional hour that we set aside every day is incredible. Yes, mine ends up being an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, depending on when the girls get up, depending on when I get my task complete for the day, which is uploading this video. I've made progress, right? I'm 60 days in. I have at least 60 digital assets on this platform that can help people forever. So I am literally creating something, putting a check mark on it every day. And your goals may not be the same as that. You may not have a full deliverable like that, but you may have a check mark that you can get, right? So, hey, I need to read 20 pages per day during my most important work hour. That's your check mark. It needs to be measurable, right? It could be, I need to come up with 10 ideas every day for new blog posts, for new ideas for my business, for new ideas for our relationship, reading books, learning new skills. First, obviously, sit down and determine what is it that's missing in my life. There's two ways to do this. One is, what do I want? What are my goals? But the other one is like, what are my pain points and what do I want to get rid of? So my goal could be, I want to only do this bad thing one time per week. Or I want to do less of this. Obviously, less is not a measurable number, but the point is that when you dedicate this hour, at least every day, to hitting some goal, an hour doesn't seem like that much. You're not necessarily going to finish the thing in one day, but what you'll be amazed at is how much progress you can make over time. They say that, the power of compounding is huge. You can think that if I make 1% progress every day, in a year, that's 365%. And that's huge, right? That's 3 times better. But that's not even how it works. If you understand compounding, day 2, you're not at 2%, you're at 2.1%. And day 3, you're taking another percent on that, now 2%. And it's growing exponentially over time. So at the end of the year, you're something like 30 or 300 times better. I haven't done the math. Jim Rohn says you're like 3,000%, which is 300 times better, or 30 times. Just ignore the numbers here. But it compounds. Our problem is we think that we can get so much done in a day and not a whole lot in a year or 5 years, but it's really the opposite. What you can get done in a day is pretty limited, but if you add that up over time, you'll be blown away by how much progress you can make. So we're keeping it shorter here today. The point is, the routine is all you need. It is preset, pre-made, pre-built. Press play and follow the steps, and you'll be amazed. It's simple, but not easy. Do it with us. Do your most important work right after. And look back in 60 days and you'll be amazed. I know I'm saying the same things over and over again because it's happening in my life and it's very real and I want it for you. So join us every morning. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Fucking go. I'm jacked up right now. I'm ready to go. 60 days in, I am losing no momentum. Join us. See you tomorrow on the 5 a.m. Squat Club. Peace.